abdication of the throne. But ruling the alfar is so far in the future. I don't see any point in thinking about that right now. I have enough problems without adding that into the mix of them. Julian leans to the left slightly and rests a comforting hand on my right thigh. With a gentle squeeze, he says, "Whatever you decide, I'll support you in any way I can." "I just don't know what to do, Julian," I say, finding solace in his touch and words, even though I don't feel any closer to an answer to my problems. I need some time to think about it and figure out how to handle them.
"Then take the time you need to sort things out," he suggests. "They don't have to know that we're back in town. Kaylee still assumes we're in Europe, visiting one of my hotels."
"Knowing my sister, she'll probably stop by your house to ask Helen when we'll be coming home," I point out. "But you're right. We don't have to go back right away, and I think I know exactly where we can go to hide from the world for a little while." When I don't readily give any more details about my plan, Julian asks,
"Where is it that you want to go?"
I ponder whether or not to tell him, and quickly make a decision. "Somewhere," I say vaguely, with a hint of a smile that's a little mischievous but mostly excited. "And this somewhere would be?" Nadia asks. More than likely she wants to strategize the best way to protect me at my mystery location. "Don't worry," I tell her. "No one will be there and no one will expect me to go there."
"Should I call Helen to let her or Petru know? We won't be home today,"
Julian asks. "Yes," I say. "Tell them we'll be home tomorrow for breakfast, but tonight, you're all mine." Julian grins with a pleased and somewhat expectant look on his face as he pulls his cell phone out of his pants pocket and calls Helen. Since we had to go to Mira's house to pick my car up, Helen and Petru had a good 20-minute head start on us heading home from New Orleans. It's no surprise that Julian catches our friend just getting out of Petru's car at the house on Bayou Road.
"I'm sure we will,"
Julian says at the end of his conversation with her.
"We'll see you both tomorrow morning."
When he ends the call, I ask, "You're sure we will what?" As Julian slides the phone back into his pocket, he looks over at me and says,
"Have a good time. Helen hopes that we will."
"Oh, I can pretty much guarantee that," I say, unable to suppress a suggestive smile. "If we don't, then we're doing something wrong." "I take it you're finally going to have sex now?" Nadia asks point blank, never one to shy away from asking a blunt question. She actually sounds bored by the prospect, which is the total opposite of the way I feel. "What exactly should the cat and I do while you're otherwise engaged?" "Do you know how to cook?" I ask her. I feel sure I'll be working up an appetite. "Yes, I can a small bit," she replies rather unenthusiastically. "I just don't like to, so don't complain if it's not to your liking." "Well, that doesn't sound very promising," I grumble, as I feel my stomach respond with a small spasm at the prospect of being fed soon. "We'll run by a grocery store near where we're staying and pick up some supplies."
"Since we're only 20 minutes away from home," Julian muses, "this somewhere of yours must be close by."
"It's on the outskirts of the town's limits in the county." "Do you own a country estate that I don't know about?" Nadia asks, looking confused by the possibility. "I don't remember reading that you owned one in the dossier that I was given about you." "No, I don't own a country home, but I'm sure the owners won't mind us borrowing their place for an evening, as long as we clean it up afterwards." You're not about to do something illegal, are you?" she asks me, sounding suspicious of my plans. "Because if you are, I'm honor-bound to discourage such reckless behavior from my future queen." "Well, we won't exactly be breaking into the house, so it can't be that bad," I reason with a small shrug of my shoulders.
"You know,"
Julian tells me, returning his hand to my thigh before continuing,
"I have a perfectly good bed at my house that we can use."
"And I intend to take full advantage of it one day," I assure him. "But I have another reason for wanting to show you this place. You're just going to have to trust me."